Done.
Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's aggressive handling of Ram Temple theft case seems to have put him at odds with the BJP central leadership and the influential sections of the larger Sangh Parivar. Now, Adityanath's constitution of a special investigation team to probe the alleged theft of temple donations and his declaration that no one will be spared are clearly meant to emphasize his image as the uncompromising face of Hindutva. Now, the Parivar and the party insiders, however, say that these actions have been widely interpreted within the Sangh ecosystem as a signal that even the influential BJP and the RSS functionaries would not be immune from action. Now, if you the center of this entire controversy is, of course, the Ram Janbhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust. Now, who gets to dominate this trust? Now, if you have seen in the past, it was majorly dominated by RSS and the people belonging to the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and many of those functionaries were personally appointed by, personally recommended by Prime Minister Modi. And with this kind of a loot now coming out in the open, so obviously this is an opportunity for Yogi Adityanath once again to prove himself as a bigger Ram Bhakt, as a bigger Hindutva leader, much bigger than what Prime Minister Modi actually shows. Now, what we are told, and there are reports that the Gorakhnath Mutt of Yogi Adityanath also had a major role to play in the Ram Janbhoomi movement. But what happened when the Ram temple was constructed? Yogi Adityanath was kept at a distance. In fact, many of the appointments happened and the PMO never consulted Yogi Adityanath. So all that is now coming back, and Yogi is asserting himself tooth and nail. One, of course, is with an eye to the 2027 UP elections, and the other eye, of course, is on New Delhi. That can he carry forward the legacy of Prime Minister Modi? Can he be the apparent political heir? But the big question here is that if Yogi is asserting himself, what does it result into? Who proves himself as a bigger Ram devotee, whether it is Prime Minister Modi or it is Yogi Adityanath? All these are questions which are now being discussed. And today, another development has happened because Ram temple loot is constantly a talking point in the country. And today, what I'm told is that the Lawyers Association in Faizabad, today they decided not to represent those accused in the alleged embezzlement of funds linked to the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Now, in a general body meeting which was held today, the bar warned that any member who takes up the case for the accused will face a fine of 5 lakh rupees. This is what they said. And a similar thing happened in 2005 as well, when the Ram Mandir terrorist attack happened. And so a similar kind of a reaction we could see from the Lawyers Association. But all this muscle flexing has much to do with the politics which is currently on in Uttar Pradesh and the way Yogi Adityanath is asserting himself. So we'll try and discuss, what does Yogi's assertion mean? Is he wanting to be a dominant force now in the Ram Temple Trust? That is question number one. Are the relations between Yogi and RSS and BJP getting uneasier day by day, with more and more skeletons coming out of the cupboard? Joining me this evening is Sharat Pradhan, author and political commentator. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. We have Sarvesh Tripathi, spokesperson, Samajwai Party. Sarvesh, thank you so much for joining. And let me begin with Sharat Pradhan. Mr. Pradhan, this unease which is sensed, and there's a story in the Telegraph, and not many people are talking about this unease which has got triggered because Yogi's assertiveness. And this is leading to an unease between BJP and RSS and Yogi both. What does it manifest into? And are there really some palpable tensions which can be visible in Lucknow as well?
Absolutely. They are visible from Lucknow to Delhi, everywhere. The fact of the matter is that Yogi and Champat Rai never got along, because Champat Rai was instrumental in ensuring that Yogi is kept out of the temple trust, while Yogi thought that he had all rights and every business to be a part of the trust, because the mutt to which he heads now, his guru Avaidanath was deeply involved, and even Avaidanath's guru Digvijayanath was involved in the temple movement right from day one, from the time when an idol of Ram was very mysteriously brought into the Babri Masjid, and that's how that triggered a huge riot and whatnot. So Yogi always felt sidelined, and well, this is a known fact that Yogi and the Modi Shah team, they don't get along at all. So yeah, while the center was, and this man Champat Rai, who's the secretary of the trust, who was the karta dharta of the trust, everything circled around him. He had been running the show, and he was reporting directly to Amit Shah, and that is the reason Delhi was doing its best to shield Champat Rai. You would remember the day when Nrupen Mishra, who had initially washed his hands off by claiming that he had nothing to do with the trust and temple trust. All he was involved in was the construction committee of which he was the head. So he tried to initially wash his hands off, but within the next 24 hours, he appeared before the television, and he told journalists very openly that there was only one man he could vouch for, and that was Champat Rai. you know on one hand you say that you had nothing to do with it, and the next day you start giving a clean sheet to somebody who at the eye of the storm, and which clearly reflected the kind of patronage that was being extended to by Modi and Shah to Champat Rai. And Champat Rai is a man who knew too much, who no, who cannot absolve himself of the responsibility of whatever was going on inside the temple. I mean, to believe that he was not aware of what's happening, uh, only a blind and a deaf person would believe that. Because I have seen Champat Rai not from now, from the early 80s when the movement began, and he literally used to carry Ashok Singh's bag. Yet he was president at that time and thought no end of himself. That was the reason he and Delhi loved him a lot, because he reported to them, and he ensured whatever Delhi chose to do, he would carry it out. So in this case, he was moving heaven and earth to prove himself way above board. And Yogi, on the other hand, wanted to bring Champat Rai on the mat in this case. And eventually, in a way, it is the first round was won by Yogi, because Champat Rai was eventually made to resign. Though I am told that Delhi decided to make him resign only to project himself as a man of high moral standards, and he's taking moral responsibility even though he's not
No, but
involved. Even
Charaji, is it only about the moral standards? Is it only about the moral grandstanding? Or is it also about uh, having a dominance in the Ram Temple Trust? Because this is not a hidden truth that Yogi was totally kept away from
absolutely.
whatever was happening in the Ram Temple Trust. His Gorakhnath Mutt people were also not included at all. There
Yeah.
were many appointments which happened where Yogi was not consulted. So, is this another opportunity for Yogi now to dominate himself over the Ram Temple Trust as well? Because Yogi's assertion means a lot many things. His political assertion, of course, for elections, and then also for a dominance in the Ram Temple Trust as well.
As I said, that this feud has been going on between Delhi and Lucknow, and then the main power center in Delhi, Modi Shah, has been. They do not. I am told that the stage has come where they don't even communicate with the UP chief minister. At the same time, they are in a tight corner. They left to them, they would have replaced him or taken him over to Delhi, but they couldn't do it because they can't afford to do that at the election time, because elections are around the corner, and that is the reason Yogi is out. This has become a game of one-upmanship, and Yogi is trying to prove that here it's me who is not compromising, while people being patronized by Delhi are the ones who are responsible for this. I wouldn't call it theft, it is dacoity. And nobody is ready to believe that Delhi was not aware of what's happening.
No, so it's about who is.
I can't
So
say how
it's
much
about.
money was being shared, but the booty was being shared by Delhi or not. But there were people at various levels who did enjoy the part of the booty,
No,
because
so
they thought they will
according to
get away
what
with
you
murder.
right, but so what according to what you've explained, then which means that Yogi's assertiveness is about who is more pure, who is more chaste at this
Yeah,
moment,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
whether it is
absolutely.
Modi or Yogi.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because, even in that Pran Pratishtha, the inauguration of the temple, Yogi was just there for namesake. You would remember, Mr. Modi is too smart, and his camera team. There were 21 cameras, and the unwritten diktat was that nobody else should be in that frame. And you would remember the entire ritual. The camera remained focused on Mr. Narendra Modi. Bhagwat was there, the UP governor was there. They happened to be just there for namesake. It was a one-man show. It seemed like a Raja, performing a puja. And he was not only performing the puja, he was also the master of ceremonies. He was the Lord. So, and naturally, Yogi felt very cut up, being a saffron-clad head of a monastery, 100 less than 100 kilometers away, and being UP chief minister, he was completely sidelined. So, and but
Right.
right now the problem is, how does Delhi get away? Delhi is in a tight corner now, because left to Yogi, he would see that the SIT nails Champat Rai and his two henchmen. I would call them henchmen. They happen to be part of the trust. And while Delhi's effort is to protect that man, because eventually, if anyone, none of, if Champat Rai spills the beans, I'm sure it is going to go very far,
No, but
because
if
the money
Champat
is
Rai
not
is not
small.
arrested, yeah,
The money is in millions that has
right.
been
No, no.
pilfered.
Yeah, you're right. But let me go to. I'll come back to you, Sharaji. But let me go to Sarvesh. Sarvesh, what is the possibility of Champat Rai getting arrested? Because if Yogi is asserting himself in this manner, he's saying that look, I am not involved in this loot. I am not part of this booty at all, which has been earned by the allegedly by BJP and the RSS functionaries. And if he's trying to stay clean of all this controversy, then what can he do if he stretches his limit? Because he is stretching his limit. He's trying to reclaim the Ram Temple Trust. He's also allowed Sanjay Singh to come to the SIT office and submit the evidence. So he's stretching all the political limits. Will he go to that extent of arresting Champat Rai and Anil Mishra?
Ma'am, first of all, very good evening to you, Sharat sir, and everyone watching us. This whole design is beyond Yogi ji now. See, you have to the whole every Sanatani, every Ram Bhakt in the country is deeply gutted by whatever has happened. Whatever has happened, no, whatever has surfaced, and they are now aware of it. But this design is very deeply rooted. You have to understand. If you know the name Nripendra Mishra, what was he doing during the demolition? And what he did during that time, and what was he rewarded for eventually. He got Padma Bhushan eventually. He got every post that was possible for a civil servant of his caliber. So you would understand what was he doing, what was he in, what duty, what job, what task he was entrusted to. So it is a conspiracy, it is a design which was very deeply rooted, and Yogi ji was nowhere in the design. So it is a very bigger thing, bigger design for him. Now he has been played badly. He has been played badly by the center. There's nothing new for the country, that they're logged in horns, the center and state. But you would
No, so are
understand
you
that.
saying, Sarvesh, are you saying that Yogi's assertiveness makes no sense in the current
No,
scheme of
not at
things?
all. This is not assertiveness. This is very gibberish, balderbash. You're watching now. So now he has been played by the center. He has nothing in hand. This Ram Mandir thing, or the Mandir thing, or this Ram Bhakti or Bhakti or saffron thing was his bread and butter. and now he looks up to this, and the center, the PMO, the Modi team has carved out pizzas out of it. So he has been handed over. He has got nothing out of that booty.
Oh, so you are
So,
saying
Sharat,
that's an important point you're making. You are saying that Yogi is shortchanged. Is Yogi
yes.
feeling cheated?
Yes. He has been cheated. He has been played. He has been
Interesting.
whatever you can say. So that is what he's doing. He's now this is very childish that he's now shifting to chalo Mathura chalte hain, because now he wants a temple of him for himself, so that he can be और बड़ा गजनवी जहां और बड़ी लूट कर सके. So that is what he
Oh, so which
just.
means that is he eager, Sarvesh, according to what you're explaining, that now he's going to Mathura, he's moving somewhere else, and apparently he's dreaming of another Ram temple trust like an organization, probably a body over which he can lord over. So does that
Yes.
mean that he is very, very eager to head a temple trust, just like Ram
No,
temple
he
trust?
he is for now eager to save the face and save the election 2027, because he is very well aware that he has everything to lose. He has obtained nothing out of it, but he has got everything to lose. And Modi ji has played very judiciously and very smartly in this, that he's not coming out wherever it was for the credits to be earned from this temple thing. Modi ji was there, but now you would see only Yogi ji ranting, blabbing things, and he has got nothing to say. This SIT which he formed is very toothless, and this is absurd, because SIT, for me, special investigation team, is not the correct definition, abbreviation for this. It is either savior in theft or savior in the transaction. So he has been made to save things. Champat
No,
Rai,
but
about
according
the
to
Champ.
you, Sarvesh, I'll come to Charaji after this. But according to you, Sarvesh, what do you think is the end goal of Yogi Adityanath? What is the end goal of his assertiveness? Is he trying to eye at the UP CM seat? Is he eyeing at the Delhi PM seat? Or is he trying to head a body like Ram Temple Trust?
No, this PM thing is off the table now. He knows this.
Okay.
It is off the
Okay.
table now, and the CM thing, he's just trying to save the CM thing now, which he knows is out of the park now. Only thing they had got, this whole BJP thing had got this Ram Mandir. Now that base has been tackled now. It is not in their hands. So they are very Yogi ji. Actually, I'm very sometimes I feel sad for him. If you look at his face, he's very frustrated from within. He has nothing to speak. He's speaking anything. He's ranting anything, and he
No, but
knows.
you are saying that Yogi is frustrated, but the impression which his supporters and people in Gorakhnath Math are speaking to the various press reporters, they are giving an impression that look, this is a big opportunity where Yogi is trying to dominate the political narrative.
See, when I see their media, the self-proclaimed mainstream media nowadays, which some people call Godi media, it is the biggest litmus test now. When you see their statements now, it is also not in the favor of Modi ji or Yogi ji. So it says everything about it. And when it is changing, they are well aware of it, and you would see the results in 2027. The lawyer thing is one thing, but I see very hardcore andhbhakts now changing their minds, and पानी पी पी के जो बोल रहे हैं ना, वो बहुत बहुत खराब हो लगता है सुनने में. So it is although being a Ram Bhakt, it is very sad what has happened. Everyone is gutted. I said it earlier, but it is very good thing that the reality has surfaced now.
Very interesting takes you've given, and I'd like to get in Sharaji on this. I'm not able to understand Sharaji. You know UP politics way better than anyone else. Is Yogi trying to project himself as a bigger Rambhakt than Prime Minister Modi? Is he trying to steer himself clean of this controversy, or is he trying to improve the prospects of BJP for 2027? But whatever he's doing, but at the end of the day, we always find that Yogi asserts and he comes back to towing the BJP line. And all those people who keep saying that there is a difference between how Lucknow thinks and how Delhi thinks, there is a trust deficit, there is a divide between the two. But at the end of the day, all of them come together. So what is, I'm not able to really understand what is Yogi Adityanath's end goal in this. Like what I asked Sarvesh, what is your
Well,
assessment?
well, Yogi is in a very awkward situation. Yogi, on one hand, I mean, it is a matter of fact that there is a major feud go on, which has been on right from day one between, and now it is taking a very serious turn because they had never imagined that this Ayodhya loot will get so badly exposed, and there will be a situation where Yogi would be defending, which would be trying to fix someone who Delhi wants to be hanged. So that under this situation, that means it's a Yogi has a lot of personal stakes now because he is out to establish, as you rightly pointed out, that he's a larger Hindu icon than Modi. Now he can't say that,
While you
and
speak,
because of this heft,
Sharatji,
yeah.
no, while you're speaking, there's another idea which is coming into my head. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Rather than being assertive, is Yogi feeling suffocated really? That he's seeing with his own eyes what is happening, what has gone wrong, how the loot and the plunder has taken place, but yet his hands are tied. He can't go full throttle against anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Sarvesh that he looks like a frustrated man because on one hand, his own career is at stake. I mean, for all you know, even if the BJP is interested in only until this election, they would want to shift him to Delhi or whatever. But Amit Shah, it's a war of succession, and Amit Shah would not want Yogi to be in the scene. That is only post Modi. As long as Modi is alive, I don't think anybody can even dream of that chair in the BJP. Otherwise, he will evaporate somewhere in case anybody dares to do that. So 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 the difficulty is that Amit Shah and only if Yogi, I think if he had better sense, age was on his side, he could have allowed this battle to you know to go on without these assertions, without these allegations and counter allegations. But Yogi is in a fix at the moment. Whatever he is doing, it is only to assert. The assertion is there. At the same time, he is also
So this
in a fix
assertion,
as to
Charaji,
how
is
he
a
should.
false. No, but then this assertion is a false political bravado which he's trying to put up in the face of such a
That's right.
big
Yeah.
controversy.
It's a false bravado. He has done this all along. Yogi is often loves to project himself as somebody which he's not, and for that he spends his budget publicity budget is 2,000 crores,
Hmm.
which is about 5 crores a day if you work it out like that. So he also, just as Modi has his Godi media, Yogi too has his Godi media, and
Hmm.
which is common at times. And for the poor Godi media, it's a big problem.
So
How
you
to
see that.
satisfy,
No, so
keep
do
both
you
in good
see?
humor.
No, but as far as this Ram Temple loot controversy is concerned, do you see a clash somewhere between Yogi's Godi media and Delhi's Godi media?
No, at the moment, the Godi media is trying to strike out a balance because
Hmm.
the people in the eye of the storm, whether it is Nipen Mishra may not be involved in the loot. I've known Nipen Mishra personally for more than 4 decades, and he was always rated as a brilliant and an honest officer. But the kind of statements he has been making ever since this loot came into public domain is pretty shocking. I think it is because of the conflict of interest that he has today. His son is a BJP MLC, and he also contested the Lok Sabha election, which he lost. So naturally, there has to be. He's obliged, certainly obliged more to Modi. He's held the most powerful position that any bureaucrat can do can be holding in the entire country. He's principal secretary to the prime minister. But the way in which he gave a clean chit to Champat Rai clearly shows that he is directed by his bosses to protect Champat Rai. Champat Rai, and that is where Yogi feels frustrated. There's very little that he can do about it. In fact, Yogi might have constituted the SIT with some design. Normally in this kind of crimes, SIT doesn't make any sense. But my contention from day one was this SIT has been constituted only to come out with a tailor-made report, and the idea is to either fix somebody or to protect somebody. That otherwise SITs make no sense. They should have been given to CBI on day one, but was not given because Delhi didn't want the truth to come out. So Yogi thought that is SIT, but mind you, the the bureaucrats and the cops in on the SIT have cannot refuse to take instructions from Delhi. So they are IS officers. Ultimately, their
Right.
cadre controlling might be done by Yogi, but it is not much that Yogi can do if Delhi decides to hang them. So,
Right.
mind you,
No, but
in
I'm
the
just
bargain,
wondering
Nilu,
that.
what is the tragedy is that in this whole game, it is unlikely that the real culprits will be brought to book. Because if one side is trying to protect the Champatrai and his cohorts, and on the other, somebody is trying to fix them. So the priority is not to bring out the truth. As a matter of fact, both there's one thing common between Delhi and Lucknow, that they don't want this to the truth to come out in the public domain, that how much money has been pilfered in the name of Lord Ram,
Right.
whose name, who or because of whom they happen to be in power. That is
Hmm.
one common interest between the two. That is the reason you find that these innocuous 8 people who've been arrested, and now after so many days, the police is carrying out this ritual of raiding their homes. Do you think if they had some evidence lying there, it would still be there? It's been 10 days. This has been going
Right.
on. So
No, but Charity, what
the loose manner in which the cops are behaving, it is very clear. The idea is not to get to the bottom of this whole
right. No,
crime. The
I don't.
idea is so you'll never. I doubt if there is the truth is going to come out. It will happen, and because it doesn't suit them at all.
Right.
Why
No,
Yogi is talking
I'm.
about
You were
Mathura?
to.
Mathura
You were
today.
to.
You asked this question. Just let me finish this.
Right.
The whole idea is to divert the attention from this. So
Hmm.
Yogi is doing playing multiple games, and so is Delhi, because
Right.
they thought that if you turn the direction towards Mathura, then the entire opposition will start talking about now how you can do it and illegal and blah blah blah.
Right. Right.
So the focus will shift. They are BJP is very smart at
Right. In
diversionary
fact, I
tactics.
was coming to that question only, and you yourself mentioned it that they will try and divert the attention. Nobody will get to the bottom of this Ram Temple loot truth.
Yeah.
But the point is that how will the momentum sustain? I mean, how will this focus continue to be maintained? Because after all, this is something which is related to the devotees, their sentiment of the devotees. How, will opposition be able to keep up the heat on this issue till 2027? There are still many months to go before the elections.
That's a very good question, Nilu. And that is a question which even I would want somebody to answer, because the whole idea, the opposition is yet to rise to the occasion to take it to the length that it hasn't done today. They should be going across the country and telling people how this loot has taken place in the name of Ram, because that alone can give opposition a huge boost. But unfortunately, so far, even providing this evidence, which Sanjay Singh provided, I think Sanjay Singh has done a good job. But SIT, whether SIT will look into those factors or not, is very doubtful, because that has happened 2 years back. And SIT, I don't know, the terms of reference of SIT have not been disclosed. But my understanding is that its focus was essentially on the accounting system that prevails in the Ram Temple Trust, and the pilferage that has taken place. And the fact that 8 innocuous people, other than the Champat Rai's driver, who could be one of the key figures in pilfering the money, there are all small fries. They are bank employees, and interestingly, I was told by some people in the state bank that the temple trust would tell the bank to take these people on board on a they are all on contract. So like they are like the Agniveers. So they
Right,
have
right.
been small time employees, and for all you know, they are the ones who will get hanged in this. And the real cooks, the real culprits, will have a field day.
All right. So, one last question to Sarvesh is that Sarvesh, now it's upon the political parties how they continue to keep the focus on this Ram temple loot. And what happens if the bottom of the truth, if no investigation can reach to the bottom of the truth, then what happens? And how will you ensure that the focus continues and doesn't get diverted to any other topic?
See, this whole thing, even Champat Rai is a very small fry in this. He's not the biggest fish in the pond. Biggest fish sits in Delhi. He has Champat Rai. He is a very small fish. I think he would sacrifice in this eventually, and just to become
Okay,
hero,
so you
Modi
are
ji is
feeling that
again.
Champat Rai will become the sacrificial
Yes,
lamb in
yes, very,
this.
very personal feeling basis on the basis of my own experience and understanding of BJP. See, why Yogi ji is nowhere in the picture, because as we have in the Indian Constitution, we in the seventh schedule we have different lists. So in the union list, we have things of national importance. Here, this Ram Mandir thing is placed in the union list in the hands of Modi ji. So Yogi ji gets nothing out of it. So Champat Rai, I guess time is up for Champat Rai. Champat Rai has, as you know, the Godi media has published it everywhere. They would be telling that Champat Rai has sacrificed this, sacrificed that, और विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम में इनका नाम भी है, चंपत राय का अवतार है ये विष्णु के. So now it is time for Champat Rai to sacrifice for the bigger cause, and Modi ji will rise again, or Amit Shah will rise again. So Yogi ji has been played. My sympathies with Yogi ji. Yogi ji can
Oh, so you
only be
feel that
frustrated.
Yogi, so you feel that Yogi has been scuttled forever now.
Yes, he forget PM. He's not going to become CM anyway in this lifetime. This is the last time he'll go. He's going back to the mutt. Only temple
Okay,
he can do things Gajnavi style now.
right. All right.
He won't go back to
Let's
the
get into the last word from
mud.
Charati.
He will do whatever Modi tells him to do. He'll jolly well do.
Yes, sir. I stand corrected, sir. He
Okay,
won't do
okay.
that.
So quite interesting turns coming out of this political story evolving
Many
from the
wheels
Ram
within
temple.
wheels.
Yeah. All right. So we'll have to end it here. Thank you so much for an interesting discussion, both of you, Sharatji, Sarvesh. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.